Hello Internet, so nice to see you. Today I want to show you a visual approach to writing a song. Now most people who try to write a song don't actually write song, they simply write collections of riffs. They have an idea, then they have another idea, and then they have a third idea, and they just try to string them together. These may work sometimes, but most of the time it doesn't really work. So how do you make sure that your song feels like a single, cohesive, emotional statement rather than just a collection of separate parts? What do you put in the verse? What do you put in the chorus? Now listen to this lesson when I'm explaining all those concepts to our students and follow along, and by the end of it, you'll have a completely different view on how to write a song.
And so I just wonder what your approach is to songwriting. Generally I can string some riffs together. It might sound kind of cool, but like it's not cohesive. It's not like there's no real frame, song.
Yes. So you want to know how to make the whole thing cohesive and make it sound like a song, not just a collection of riffs, essentially.
Right. Yeah.
Good. Okay. So what you need is what we called precomposition. Okay. So the idea is that, and I'm going to warn you immediately that this sounds like something unnatural to do, okay? But once you get into doing it, it's actually the easiest, the fastest, the best way, gives the best result. It shortens a lot the time of composition, okay? It's just that some people, the first time they hear it, they're like, nah, that's not what composition is all about. So just warning, putting my hands in front before I'm saying it. The idea is this. You take a big piece of paper. You draw a line. That's your song, okay? From beginning to end, or whatever direction you read from your screen, okay? From beginning to end, okay? And then you decide how the song goes, okay? Meaning, I know it's completely vague if you want, but do you want the song to start strong, okay? Or you want the song to start quietly, so that, okay? And all these kind of things. You try to place in your verse, your chorus, so you just draw the song on a piece of paper. And you put in some notes. Okay, no, some you can write something essentially, okay? You will discover really soon that you need something to organize this thing, okay? So here's the question, which you don't have to answer right now, of course. You have to answer every song you do. It's, what do you want your song to say? How do you want your song to feel? What kind of story do you want your song to tell? Okay?
Right.
Based on these, what should be in the verse? What should be in the chorus? What should be in the bridge? Or you need to use a completely different thing, so no verses, no choruses, or whatever. Okay? Okay, makes sense. So, let's say you want to write a song, and think for instance of a song you like. I'm thinking of a couple of Iron Maiden songs. I'm thinking Run to the Hills right now, okay?
Yeah,
it's a super famous song, everybody knows it, okay? Run to the Hills, there is the story told in the verse. I'll let you guys read the whole lyrics later if you want, unless you know it. There is the story told in the verse, and the chorus, it's pretty much a battle cry, okay? So, the narrative is in the verse. The chorus is the battle cry, okay, or the rousing call. It makes sense. They didn't do these spontaneously. They didn't sit down and wrote the song from the first note to the last note.
Yeah.
This was definitely thought about before. Okay? How do I know? Because a lot of songs do this. Narrative in the verse, feelings in the chorus.
Yes.
Okay, and it's very precise. The lyrics are very precise. The music is very precise. Okay, the rhythmic, the rhythm they use in the verse and the rhythm they use in the chorus are different. The chords are different. The riffs are different. Okay, and it's all studied to give that specific feeling. It doesn't mean you have to write me a 10,000 word essay, okay, every time you do a song, but at least have an idea. So when you have a riff, when you write a riff, right now you have only a riff, and the only way you know to make a song is repeat the riff or attach another riff, right? Mm-hmm. Well, don't do that. Draw a song on a piece of paper and start thinking, where does this riff works? In the verse or in the chorus? Or in the bridge? Is it a chorus riff? Or it is a verse riff? It is an intro riff? Can I use it in more than one place? Can I use it in the intro and the chorus, or the verse and the bridge, or whatever? Now, can I write another riff? Because suppose you have a chorus riff. That works great for the chorus. Can I write a verse riff now? I don't want the verse riff to be more powerful than the chorus riff. Otherwise, I have to exchange them, okay? So write a riff that will work with that, but it's a bit subdued, okay? A bit less punchy, okay? If you cannot do it, then write a more punchy riff and exchange them, okay? And put the original riff in the verse and the next one in the chorus. Make sense?
Yeah.
So having the piece of paper in front of you, and then every time you have an idea, just write on the piece of paper. Never keep ideas in your brain. Always put them down on paper. If you don't want to use paper, you can use your recording program, okay? But paper is usually faster because there's no technology, no, am I recording this well, am I playing it on time? No, it's just, this goes here, okay?
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yes.
So since you designed the arc of the story before, and now you're choosing where to put the pieces, now the song automatically feels more cohesive. Because you're not just randomly put this riff here, this riff there, and trying to make sense of it.
Yeah.
Okay? You are using your riff to tell the story. And you know immediately if the riff works or not, or if it needs to be used for another song.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, that's great.
It's a simple technique. It's easy to underestimate. But when you start using it, the song comes down much easier. Okay?
Yeah.
And then if you get interrupted, no problem. You come back, you look at a piece of paper, everything is there.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Anything you put down on paper can be changed any moment. Okay? Some people will not do that because they're like, but what if I change my mind? If you change your mind, you change it. Okay? You are never tied to what you write on paper. Never, ever tied. That's something to guide you. But if at a certain point you're like, you're thinking about, hey, in this spot here, the chorus could be longer, or I think the bridge should be extended or made shorter because otherwise the emotional effect is not good enough. Do it. No problem. By doing this and correcting your plan will make you a better planner. Make sense?
Yes.
So the first time you do it, you'll probably change everything. Okay? By the 10th, 12th, 15th, 50th time you do it, bam. You just need, draw the line. I want a strong thing here. I want another strong thing here. I need a transition here. Start writing.
That's great. I just like the idea. It just gives me a great visual of just kind of plugging in the puzzle pieces, and you have to create the puzzle pieces, but, it makes perfect sense the way you laid that out. That's awesome.
Fantastic. Very good. Very good. And this is also another problem. When sometimes you have a riff and you have two versions of the same riff, and like, should I use this or that? Both. In different places. Right?
Right.
Now, one is the intro riff and one is the verse riff or the chorus riff, or one is the first verse, the other is the second verse. But now you can see it. Believe me, seeing it changes everything, okay? The only thing you need to get started is paper and pen. So, pick this up and start writing your songs. And if you need help with the technical side of harmony, chord progression, how to play them on your guitar, how to make them sound good, then I recommend you have a look at my course, Complete Chord Mastery. Complete Chord Mastery, it's not a book. It's a complete video course that takes you from the basics up. We do everything you need to know about harmony and chords on your guitar. All the theory is done straight on the fretboard. There is no theory for the sake of theory here. Everything is immediately practical, and everything is developed through exercises so you know how to apply these immediately on your guitar. If you have just a minute, click on the link on the top right to check out Complete Chord Mastery. If you like this video, smash on that like button and don't forget to subscribe and click on notification, otherwise YouTube will not let you know when I put up a new video. And if you have any comment, feedback, suggestions, write them down in the comment. I enjoy reading from you and I make videos on your suggestions. This is Tommaso Zilio of musictheoryforguitar.com, and until next time, enjoy!